Okay, so we're starting the recording. Thank you guys for joining us. We're starting to launch Kate in her new venture with Arbonne. Kate's going to kind of just tell us a little bit about why she is in love with the products and chose to do the business.
So yeah, I didn't think I would honestly like the products that much. I decided to just kind of check it out because my friend was doing it and I wanted just to kind of try to support her. And I fell in love with the products and figured why not introduce them to other people if I have the opportunity to.
Perfect. I think, was it Digestion Plus was one of your faves, or which one was your that you were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it?
I like the Digestion Plus a lot, and then I like the Fizz Sticks. Those are cool.
Yeah, those with their addiction, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so just what I'm going to do during this is just to kind of tell you a little bit about my story, who Arbonne is, a little bit about the products and the business. So it's going to be a quick little presentation, and let's get started. So I'm going to share first about my story. And you guys, I used to be a math person. I worked in the accounts payable department for a successful restaurant group, and they were very, very good to me over the years with my kids. I have two babies, well, they're not babies anymore, but 5 and 7. And I had cut down my hours quite a bit since I had them, just to try to balance that mom career thing that I think every mom tries to do, have that work-life balance. And, they were really, really good to me about that stuff. But what that meant was we struggled a little financially as far as dropping my income. That's a big adjustment. Thank God my husband was on board with that and was willing to do whatever it took because he saw the value of me being home as much as I could as well. So, we kind of just saw that as important, and I turned down 2 promotions because I knew what it took. I trained somebody to take my 45, 50-hour-a-week job because I knew that that's just not what I wanted. And so over the years, that time, I got stuck in a rut. And although I did kind of still like my job, I really didn't feel, fulfilled. I had a balance where, I didn't go home and I wasn't thinking about it all the time. I didn't cram in my head all the time, but it was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. It was a job. It was a means to an end for me. So, however, when Arbonne came into my lap, I was certainly not looking for anything that looked like this either. I think I had my eye open, but I honestly never thought I would leave the company just because they were so good to me over the years. And honestly, I didn't think I would find anything better. At the time Arbonne came into my life, I had just negotiated with my boss to work mother's hours 5 days a week. And I thought that was the best any mom could get, honestly. Like, you're working, you're still using your brain, and you're sort of pick up and drop off kids. Like, I thought that this was it. So I was not looking for anything else. But you know what? I was still in that rat race. I was still, because of what they were doing for me, I felt like I owed them. And snow days came out, and sick days happened, and it just that guilt of like, you sure I think you're okay. I think you're okay. Like, send them to school. It's terrible. So I never, ever, ever, because take for granted, and even my husband will say that we'll get a phone call. Actually, today we got a phone call for a delay. And when there's a cancellation or a kid is sick, it never gets old to just be like, okay, he's staying home, or, well, it's a snow day. I guess we have, play outside. And, every time we get that phone call, my husband will roll over and be like, doesn't get old, huh? I mean, because we would scramble, like, who's watching the kids? My mom just out of shoes. It's a rat race, So anyways, I was not looking for anything, but I'm so, so glad that I decided to just take a look at this because what I thought it was just a stay-at-home mommy type of business where people made like a couple $100 for this hobby to kind of get out of the house and talk to adults. And I sat down with 2 professional women, and one made over 6 figures in Boston. The other one owns 3 companies and on top of Arbonne. And so I was very confused. I was like, what are you 2 doing Arbonne? And they just went on to kind of share with me the business model and how smart it is, and how, network marketing in general is getting a better name these days, that a lot of damage was done back in the day with some things that didn't work. And, we all have our parents or aunts and uncles who have tried something, and we'll get into a little bit about that later, about what network marketing is. But over the years, it's really been proven to be a great business model. It's being taught in Yale and Harvard as a viable business option. And I think that nowadays, people are looking for something more. So, they just kind of challenged me to say, do you like what you're doing? And what if it could look differently? Because just like Kate, I did not start this because I needed a business or wanted a business. I started this because originally I fell in love with the product. Like I was like throwing myself at the woman when I found out she did Arbonne because I loved their skincare. Their ingredient policy is untouched. So I knew whatever I was going to get from them was going to be safe and it was going to work. So I really was like kind of got into get the products, and I said I'd have a party, and I knew I was going to refer to my friends and family because it's that awesome. I love it. So anyways, because I was that in love with the product, I'm like, you know what? If I love it that much, I bet you my friends and family would too. So that's when I did give it a closer look, and I'm just so happy that I did, because our life, like I was saying, looks much different than it did, and this is something that I just never knew was an option. So we're going to go into a little bit about Arbonne. So hold on one second. I'm going to share my screen. These are also this way of sharing Arbonne is new, so bear with me. I've only done a couple of these. Kind of cool though. Look at the power of technology, right? Okay, so discover Arbonne. All right, so like I was saying, network marketing. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, it's one of those things. I know that some of them have great products, but absolutely do I not want to do one of those things, because I just had heard of family doing it and friends that just got burned, and I just really thought it was so outside the box, I just couldn't deal with that. But I just found that I was uneducated about it. So what network marketing is in Arbonne is that stuff can go, it's a great way to move product. Stuff can go right from the manufacturer right to the consumer. It gets mailed right to their door. So we're cutting out all those middlemen in the beginning. There's all kinds of stuff in the middle that we'll go on to show, but our clients can order online. Arbonne stocks the products and delivers them right to your client's door. It's a consumable product, which means we have repeat orders, and those repeat orders become repeat income. It's a great, and then you can also leverage your time as you build a team. So that, in contrary to the traditional business model, which is what we're all used to, is look at all those middlemen, those extra steps from, not having a consultant in between. Giving the manufacturers going to the wholesaler, the warehouse, then you have to hire a sales force, now, let alone the commercials and stuff that go on. And we always like to joke that, well, I do anyways, that Jennifer Aniston, it's questionable. Does she actually use Aveeno every day? Like those kind of commercials kill me. Eva Longoria, does she color her hair in her sink? I mean, all those Beyonce, all those people that they hire and they pay big bucks to just say that they use their product. So it's pretty crazy. And in the traditional business model, even starting your own business outside of network marketing, whichever kind of business you would try to do, most of them have a really high risk, and it's a high investment. Even starting franchises, I know that it's like up in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have employees you have to deal with. You have payroll. Arbonne takes care of all that on our end. You have big overhead expenses. You're working long hours, and people are finding that, the business owns you. So the consumers at the end of this are paying for wholesaler, warehouse, sales force, and the retailers, like we're saying. So there's really not much left to go into ingredients and that actual product. Like, what kind of quality product are you getting if you're paying, say $6 for your Neutrogena or whatever it is? After it's gone, they've had to pay all of these middlemen. It's crazy. So that's where Arbonne is different, because we're able to kind of get rid of all that stuff and create a really high, superior product that works. It's awesome. So why Arbonne? Why now? Why would you consider it? They're consumable products. Like I was saying, people use them, love them, and reorder. It's a brilliant business model. We're in demand. We're in the middle of a health and wellness boom right now. Everybody wants to look younger, feel better, lose weight, glowing skin, all that stuff. I think that, this has been a big change over the past decade, and Arbonne fits all of those check marks. So what else? Oh, the ability to leverage your time. We have an internet-based business. I mean, look at this. We're all in the comfort of our own home. It's freezing out, and we didn't even have to get in our cars. It's pretty nice. So it's definitely perfectly positioned for your success because we hit all of those points that are something that you want to look for when you're looking and starting a business. We also have a global opportunity. We're in 5 countries right now. We're currently in the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, and Poland, and we are poised to go into Taiwan this year with future expansions into new markets. They have those in the works too. I know there's one that's like definitely happening. There's buzz about it, but I'm not sure where. And so you have the ability, if you know somebody in Canada, you can have a global business by, having a business partner in Canada. You can have one in Poland, Australia. You have no limits on where to build your business. And so really what we do is we try to get people to stop buying products from somebody that is at a retail store that's paying their overhead, all those middlemen, and start shopping through Arbonne and be able to get a pure, safer product that is better than what you would get in the store and is healthier for your skin, your hair, your body, whatever, and also just share it with others and show them how to do the same thing. I like to say that we have learned how to change an expense into an income because this is stuff that we're using all day, every day anyways. I hope that everybody on this call, maybe showered within the last 24, 48 hours, maybe, depending on your lifestyle. I know some of the young mommies, you hope to get one in every day. And then also, shampoo, conditioners, makeup, body lotions. Did you drink a protein shake? Did you take a vitamin? All this stuff. And we just have a pure, safer product that we can offer to people and start buying it from your own store. So that way I get paid to use my own product, which is genius. So I'm not giving my money to those big retail stores. So that's cool. So there are 4 ways to earn an income with Arbonne. One is off the commissions that you can do from your personal product sales. Another way is overrides when you build a team. There's a Mercedes-Benz cash program and also cash bonuses every single month. Pretty sweet. And I'll just go over a little bit of the compensation plan, which you guys, I was like, no way. So this is where I kind of woke up. There's only 4 levels. The first is district manager. And these average incomes, you guys, are just the override incomes. This is not your commission. This is not any bonuses you earn. So this would just be the average commission. Sorry, what am I saying? Oh, the overhead. So the average for a district manager is about 283. An area manager is usually it's about 1,500 to 3,500 is kind of what the average income is. Regional vice president is about $5,000 to $16,000 a month. And that's also where you get an extra $800 car allowance for a white Mercedes, which is a company car. You can pick any Mercedes that you'd like. It just needs to be white for pure, safe, and beneficial. And then national vice president, the average income there is 21. I believe it was 25 last year, and on up. And if you wanted to upgrade your car allowance goes up to $1,000. So that's a nice perk. And you guys, I thought nobody made that money. I was like, you've got to be kidding. There are hundreds that are promoting every single year. On our team, we just gave away the keys to a friend of mine, Crystal. She did an amazing job. It is happening constantly. And actually, the East Coast is starting to blow up right now. It's pretty awesome. So the Arbonne story. So we're botanically based. We're actually about 36 years right now, health and wellness company. We have a cutting-edge research and development team, and if you can see over the years, like where we've evolved through, really we just started from Petter Mork, he's the guy in the red glasses at the corner. He just really was forward-thinking and saw that people were going to start noticing what they were putting on their skin just as much as they were about what was going on, in their, protein and stuff like that. People started to flip labels over, even way back then, but not as many. And right now, everyone's flipping over everything, their skincare, their shampoos, their conditioners, because we're seeing all kinds of links to cancer from all these terrible ingredients. And you guys, we have to adhere to the European standard of guidelines, which is much more strict and safer than ours, the United States, unfortunately. So we'll go into a little bit of that too. So yes, our products are unique because they're plant-based. They blend the best of science and nature. They have the highest quality of ingredients. And you guys, I can attest to this because anytime any research comes out on any particular ingredient, just in buzz, in the, in the nature world, all that stuff. Arbonne, if there was anything questionable ever over the so many testings that we do, they will always replace it with the best cutting edge ingredient they possibly can. We're pH correct, hypoallergenic, we're vegan certified, dermatologist tested, we have clinical proven results. We're never tested on animals, never have, never will. And we're built on Swiss heritage of the European standards. Now, with those European standards, I just want to point out, the UK Cosmetic Directive bans over 1,400 ingredients. That they ban them because they're proven to be toxic and carcinogenic. They cause cancer. So out of that 1,400, the United States, just as a, just to compare, the United States bans 14 of those. That's crazy. And one of those is mineral oil. So I just would encourage you, if anything, when you get off of this, is to go Google mineral oil or rendering plants with free growth. And that was something that I didn't actually realize was a big deal. But really what mineral oil does is act like a saran wrap on your skin. So it doesn't allow your skin to breathe out the toxins that you get in your system from, just our environment and everything. So it's pretty scary. It's keeping that stuff in. They're formulated without gluten, petroleum, animal products, byproducts, never tested on animals, formaldehyde, donating preservatives, chemical dyes and fragrances, artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, no parabens, phthalates. We are non-GMO. We don't have any soy in our products either. And you guys, this is because we have an awesome scientific advisory board. This is just a few of them. We have one from the Mayo Clinic. And they're starting to see a lot of benefits to our health stuff that we have. Our protein powders and everything are doing really great things with diabetes and taking people off some medications for, acid reflux, gastritis, all kinds of problems. So that's cool. We're not just like coming up with funky formulations. We have a huge advisory board behind us. So we have a wide range of consumable products for people to choose from. Just like I was saying, everybody that we know has got to be using some kind of skincare, bath and body, special targeted treatment. I mean, I don't know about you, but I always stood in front of the wall of Target looking for that special eye cream. I think I collected them over the years. None of them really seemed to do anything, but I felt like I collected them, really. I should have just put them in a display case. This is the best I have ever tried. I will never, ever use anything else. We have stuff for sun. I mean, last year there was a lot of talk about the dangerous stuff that was in a lot of our SPF, and we passed for flying colors. So you can always resort back to Arbonne's ingredient policies, untouched. Makeup. We don't have bat dung in our mascara. We don't have chemicals on our lips that you're eating and ingesting. Actually, if I'm at a presentation, I have people smell our lipstick. I know that's weird, but it has apple extract and watermelon extract, and it smells good. So it's got to have good stuff in it too, right? And then our health and wellness is amazing. We have deodorant, toothpaste, all that. So the anti-aging RE9, that is our flagship. And so I'm going to go over that real quick, what those are in detail. I'm going to see if I can do this without making them topple over. Okay, so this is our RE9 set. We have the toner here, which is a smoothing cleanser. It takes off all the makeup. And you guys, this cleanser, I don't know what yours did in the past, but mine would probably last me a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I felt like I was buying one every other month. This will last you about 6 months. It is so concentrated because remember we talked about not having any of the extra, able to put concentrated ingredients. So it doesn't have any extra fillers in it. It's all concentrated, so you're getting 100% product, not like filler in product. So this will take off even the heaviest makeup. If I have a full face of makeup, it will take it off. Feels so smoothing. It's awesome. Toner. The importance of toner is to inhibit bacteria growth. It closes your pores and really corrects the pH level of your skin to accept what you're about to put on it. Because water is actually not pH correct. Serum. This is our intensive renewal serum. We call this liquid gold in a bottle. This is getting all of the deep wrinkles. It's giving you that healthy glow. It is responsible for cellular turnover. And an example of that is kind of think of how soft baby skin is, right? That's because they're so new. Their cells are so new. They're turning over much rapidly than ours is. As you get older, ours slows down. So you need to kind of like fluff them off and renew them. Like get them excited, wake them up. And then next, you're kind of just going to decide between, oh, wait, no, first, my magic eye cream. It is the only thing that I've ever seen anything, and I have genetic dark circles that I tell you I collected them. It took 10 years off of my mother-in-law, who is Sicilian, has that dark Italian eye and puffiness. This is going to take care of all of that. And then from there, you're just going to decide, is it daytime or nighttime? We have a day cream with SPF 20, and we have a night cream, which is amazing. Before Arbonne, I thought, what is the difference? It's cream, right? I never owned an eye cream before Arbonne. But then I realized that you don't need to put SPF on your skin at night. And the reason for a night cream to be a little bit thicker is, you know, if you leave a pot of water, or you put a pot on a wood stove because the water evaporates in the middle of the night, your skin does the same thing. So as you're sleeping, all the good moistures are evaporating from your skin. So it's really important to kind of like feed your face. A friend of mine says it all the time. She's like, feed your face. So that's a really important step. That set is actually currently 40% off with, and it comes with this Genius pad. Now these were a game changer for me because I used that RE9 set and I was like, what could possibly be better? Like what is going to boost that? And this was just a booster. It reminded me of back in the day of kind of like Stridex pads. They were like these little like pads that went in it. And so it comes to you dry, and the formula is in a light block bottle so that it stays fresh. And you just pour the solution over it. And this is only at night because it mimics the retinoid, which can be light sensitive. This has changed the structure of my skin. It is acting as a booster to the stuff that I was using. It just gets those deep, deep lines. It really gives you a healthy glow. It helps with age spots, sunspots, acne scarring, really a resurfacing pad. To kind of, you know, you're taking care of your skin, but that is starting to like I said, make it all, you know, take care of all the naughties that are in there. Okay, so that is the RE9. And you don't have to take just my word for it, although I could go on and rant about it because this is why I originally got into the business. But we have clinical results. We beat out in results the #1 department store brand, also the leading multi-level marketing brand. And it just, look at 96% improved in skin firmness. I mean, the complexion, and see it's hitting our serum. The eye cream is the best. So you don't have to take my word for it. We have many, many clinical results to prove that. So here's just a before and after. If you split his face in half, you can kind of see, this is a consultant's father who she just asked him to use the whole RE9 set for 1 week. Isn't that crazy? Especially look at the eyes. Oh my gosh. And then again, the eyes are my favorite. She had used this 2 weeks later. This is for the neck cream. Yes, amazing product. And here on their hands, they had used the firming body cream. You can see how it smoothed that out. Amazing. This was paired with the body wash, the anti-aging body wash, and that firming body cream. And so that's that flagship, the skincare. I'm going to go really quick into the health and wellness side of this. So we have the best shakes on the market, I swear to you. I used to stand in front of that wall of GNC. I did a lot of contemplating when I was shopping. I stood in front of that wall of GNC, and you know, which one? I don't know. This one says non-GMO. This one says go lean. This, you know, this one says women's. Like, you have no idea what you're doing, but you're picking a source, like a food source that you're going to put in your body every single day. It's actually pretty scary. So, you know, I would resort to the little 16-year-old kid who was working there and be like, oh, what do I do? And he's like, this one says go lean, and you pick it. Like, eh. So anyways, when I knew that Arbonne carried a protein, I was like, yes, because again, you know, their ingredient policy is untouched, and everything they do it to the best. So what makes our protein shake awesome? They are a blend of pea protein, cranberry protein, and brown rice protein, which gives them an amino acid score of 100%. What does that mean? It means it's all 20 grams of vegan protein are digestible. It was a hard sell for me a little bit in the beginning with guys, especially my husband. He thought it was a girl's protein. He had to stick with his like 60 grams of whey protein until he ran out and had to use mine. From that day, he was changed. He said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't feel like I had a rock in my stomach. I felt like I had so much energy." He's like, that stuff is crazy. So, guys can use it. Pea protein builds muscle. You can digest all of it. Your 60 grams of whey protein, you are not getting 60 grams from one source. You're kind of like getting rid of the rest of that. So anyways, I wish that we had smell-o-vision because the smell of this chocolate protein is like, it's like brownie batter. You can make little protein bites with them. The kids eat them up, you know, put some oatmeal and stuff in them. They think it's brownies. It's awesome. I like them even straight with water, but we have all kinds of recipes to mix it up so you don't get bored, but the best stuff on the market. We also have it in vanilla, which is great. It's a little bit more versatile. The chocolate really satisfies that chocolate craving that you need, but the vanilla is pretty versatile. You can do fruits and, you know, your greens and stuff in with there as well. Also in our set, there's actually a set that's 40% off as well with the wellness. And so with that set, you get one each of chocolate and vanilla. You're also going to get the fiber boost. And what this is, you can add this right to your shake. And, you know, the average American is not even getting 50% of what they need for their daily intake of fiber. This is going to give you 50%. So the rest, yes, you should be eating a good diet, but this is going to give you a jump on it, 50% of your fiber. Digestion Plus. Kate loves this. This is a pre and post and probiotic. Comes in these little like sticky packets. My daughter Pixie sticks it. She's crazy. She's 9 years old. I tried it one time because it's pretty convenient, but I can't do it. But the best way to take a probiotic is on an empty stomach in the morning before you've actually had anything. So it should be the first thing that goes into your stomach. I just mix it in a little bit of water, probably about 4 ounces of water, swirl it around and chug it. And this just helps support digestion, minimizes gas and bloating. It's just, you know, 90% of our immune system's in our gut. You gotta feed your gut. Stay healthy. Next, these fizz sticks. These are also what Kate was saying was her favorite. I have to admit that in the beginning with Arbonne, I really didn't want anything to do with these because they said energy fizz sticks. I was a coffee person and I didn't drink soda, so I didn't need to like have an alternative to soda or anything. But you guys, when I did the 28-day detox challenge, I had asked somebody, can I skip those? Because I don't drink soda. And they were like, no, it's not soda. These are so jam-packed with good stuff and they're so alkalizing. So when you're on the detox or not, our diet is so acidic. We eat and drink so many things that are very acidic to our system, which makes our system work a lot harder than it needs to. So anytime that you can balance that pH and kind of like throw alkaline stuff that way, lemons in your water is great to do that. These also do that. So they're super alkalizing, great for your system. They're jacked with B vitamins, electrolytes. It has green tea for the energy. So it's not added caffeine. You're not getting like a crazy like Red Bull monster drink, stuff like that. It's not like that. It's a sustained energy that just really makes you feel great. It actually has rhodiola in it for mood, enhances, you know, such good mood. So yes, those have become a vice since I started Arbonne. It's good stuff. And then also you would get one of each of those. We have it in pomegranate and citrus if you do get the package. And then you would also get 2 boxes of our herbal detox tea. Our detox tea is great for support to your elimination organs, your liver and your kidneys, which are super important. So that is the wellness line. And I'm just going to go over a couple of my favorites. My favorite thing to throw in with the wellness line are the greens. There are trainings, like whole trainings dedicated to just this one product because of all the stuff that is jam-packed into it. I mean, spirulina, alfalfa grass, barley grass, wheatgrass, kale, broccoli, that's just in the greens. And then we have the proprietary blend of yellows, reds, omega-3s, blues. It's crazy. And you can see it. If I'm sick, if I ever, which I don't get sick very often, I think that's my probiotic, but I will knock it out of me with like jamming about 3 servings of this in me throughout the day. I'll try to take it, like chug it in the morning, put it in my shake, and then I'll just have it straight in the afternoon and do like 3 doses, and I swear it lessens it or knocks it out, like it doesn't actually even hit me. Amazing stuff. I don't care for it in the chocolate, I'm not going to lie, but when I put it in the vanilla with a couple raspberries or strawberries, yum. My other favorites are the CC cream is the best makeup. I am not a foundation girl. I've always been afraid of matching the right color. I don't know. This is like a tinted moisturizer on steroids. It has the Arbonne primer in it. It has a color corrector. It just blends and smooths out your face and just really looks like you have that natural glow, but it doesn't really look like you have makeup on. It's my go-to. This is the mascara and I can walk out the door. And then my other favorite I can't live without is our Arbonne hair serum. I have a lot of hair. It takes me a long time to blow dry when I do. This shortens it, has kept it healthy through all the heat stuff that I do. My hairdresser has noticed since I started using Arbonne, I cannot live without the serum. So those are a couple of my favorites. But the healthy living. So we went over that we're dairy, soy, and gluten-free, vegan certified, no artificial sweeteners, flavors or colors. And these are just a couple of results from that the 28-day detox. Pretty crazy, right? So why Arbonne? Why now? Why would you consider doing anything with Arbonne? We're saying, look at all the generations that are looking for different, they just want more out of life. Maybe you are not looking for extra money, but you don't have enough time. This is something that could fulfill that. Some people start this because they don't have enough money, but that's not always the case. It's really whatever you want more of out of life. I mean, we have teachers, doctors, lawyers. I have a PA on our team. We have swim coaches, accountants. It's everybody. So basically, there's 3 ways to join Arbonne. We have a preferred client membership, which you're basically paying $20 for the year. You're going to get a minimum of 20% off. And all kinds of incentives like preferred rewards that as you spend money, you get rewards to use off your next one. And that's really a great program. We also have to become an independent consultant, which is what I and Kate have done. We can get a really great discount and also start building a business just by sharing the amazing product that we already use. And then another way to get a really good discount on products is to host a party. You know, have us come into your either computer or your home and let us come share Arbonne with you. And we really do reward our hostesses very well. So those are the ways to get Arbonne. So like I was saying, that first package with the anti-aging and that amazing genius is a $418 value, but as a preferred client, you're not getting 20% off. They're giving you 40% off of it, and your $20 fee is waived. Plus, you get to pick out any item up to $50. So those packages are crazy right now. Here's another option that's kind of just swapping out a different eye cream and a different day cream. What that one is if someone's looking for lifting and contouring, it's really for more matured skin, a little bit, they say like for crepiness on the eyes. And then for the wellness package, two proteins, a fiber boost, 2 fizz sticks, digestion plus, tea, the 7-day body cleanse. Oh, I didn't even go over that one. 7-day body cleanse, and again, $402, but you're getting it for $241.20. Your $20 fee is waived, and you also get to pick out a free item under $50. You can get a little RE9 and a little bit of nutrition as well, and then that's the end. So let me stop sharing that real quick, and I just want to show you this little order form. Kate, I think you should have this. If not, you can find it on our team page, but this is like what one of the order forms look like that are the most popular packages. So the top, like I was showing you, gets all of those, the anti-aging, $20 fee waived, as you can see, 0, and then you're picking out your free item. Same thing with nutrition. And then the build your own at the bottom is if you sign as a preferred client and you are picking out over $150 worth of product, you are going to get 20% off of that, and you're going to get a $50 item. So those are the most popular. So you can find that on our page, or just let me know. So does anybody have any questions? No. We zipped right through that. All right, awesome. Well, thank you for spending your night with us.
Thank you.
Random Tuesday night to hear a little bit more about it. So, you know, if it is for you, that's fantastic. If it's not, we also love referrals. And if you haven't tried any of the products, I suggest that you get some of those in your hand because they're awesome. So have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good night.